Hello my friends, welcome back to Bazen Graphics. So the cap you are seeing right now is a McDonald's like cap we shall be creating at the end of this video. So let's begin. So right now what you're seeing is the viewport. Before we create this video, before we create this cap, I want us to first learn what we call modeling, because modeling can help you to create different shapes that you want. So you can use it to create anything or anything you want in Blender, as long as you have seen it and know how it is, how it looks like. So let's begin. Right now we don't want this cube. We are going to delete it, X on the keyboard, and we are going to create what we call, a cylinder. And yeah, this is the cylinder that we want. Make sure that your cylinder has these lines. They are called edges. So make sure that it has these lines, which are created by vertices. If it doesn't have and it has smooth lines, on the left, as on creation of this cylinder, on the left they bring for you this pop-up which has properties. So here we have vertices. If you find that it has like 500 vertices, which makes the cylinder smooth here, make sure you reduce it back to 32 so that we can have these lines. They are very important in our modeling, as we shall be seeing as we go on. So right now, this is our cylinder. We want to move it along the z-axis, z-axis by 1 meter, and it will appear on top here at the surface like the way I need it. And I'm hoping that's how you will be needing it. So right now, in this mode that we are in, this is called an object mode. Now, to do some editing, we have to be in the edit mode. So if we go to the left top of our Blender and we click on the object mode, there are other options here. So we are going to select edit mode, and we are here in the edit mode. So to go back, Control Z. So another way to do it is clicking the tab key on your keyboard. If we click the tab key, you can see that it has switched us to the edit mode. So now if we click on the side, you can see that our edges now have been highlighted by black. So it shows you that you can edit every component on this object you are seeing. So now in editing mode, what helps us to edit in editing mode are three things. There's what we call vertices, or a vertex. This is a vertex, and we have what we call edges. These ones I'm highlighting, their edges, and we have what we call faces. So these ones you are seeing right now are faces. Now to toggle or to move through these components I've talked about, there are shortcuts on the keyboard. There's one which represents vertices or vertex. Number 2 represents edges, and number 3 represents faces. So if you want to do things very fast, those are the shortcuts. But if you want to use a mouse, on the left top of our Blender, we have these 3 buttons. The first one is for selecting the vertices. The second one is selecting the edges. The third one, the faces. So these top ones here, you keep on clicking and interchanging. So if we select a vertex or vertex, this vertex can be moved. Yeah, it can be moved, but it cannot be rotated. For example, if I choose, for example, here rotation, they will show you that you cannot rotate. You cannot rotate this vertex. Hope you understand. But more than one, if I select more than one, as you can see, these ones can be rotated, and I think can be scaled. Yep. So one cannot, but more than one can. So now, because when you select more than one, you're selecting what we call edges. So number 2, the edges can be rotated and can be scaled, letter S, and it can be also rotated. Here we have said it can be moved. Can be moved also. Also the faces, the same. Rotated, can be moved. Letter G can be also scaled, letter S. So those things that I've mentioned, they help you to edit our object and make shapes that you want. For example, if I am to expand here, I can select a face, and we can move it using the move tool, or you can use shortcuts on the keyboard. Let's move it around there. Then we can go in front here, and we select a vertex Yeah, we can select the vertex and move it in front like this. So if we are to view it from a distance, we can see that we have created a jug or a percolator. Yep, a jug or a percolator. So remember, we are in the edit mode. Remember, we're in the edit mode. So now we can also select the face. We can also select the face right here, right now here. And we can also delete the face. Click letter X on the keyboard and you can delete the face. Now we can see inside our jug. Now our jug is somehow straight. We can go under here and select this face and we can scale it. We can scale it along the X Y axis. That's XY. Scale it S Shift Z, and we can reduce it to that. Yep, we can reduce it to that. And now we have created our good jug, as you can see. So from what we have learned on top here, we can also select the edges here. Select one edge, and we come to select, and we go to select loops and edge loops, which helps us select the top edges, and we can edit them according to how we want to edit them. So now, right now, we have created our simple jug. As you can see, it looks nice. Now, from what we have learned, you can do a lot of things with this modeling. So now we are going to start creating our cap. Let's do it at a very fast rate. I'm going to just be doing it so that because you already understand what I'm explaining. So let us delete this jug, and we are going to create our cap. So the first thing we are going to be doing, we are going to create a cylinder. Yeah, that's a cylinder, and our cap has to be smooth. We are going to increase the number of we're going to make it smooth. We are going to increase the number of vertices, and that's where we want it. We're going to move it a little bit up along the Z-axis. Yep, as you can see, we are going to also increase its height. We are going to also increase its height. We are going to scale it along the Z-axis, Z-axis, and we are going to increase a little its height there. Yeah, that one is going to work. And we are going to move it a little bit up, Z-axis, and we are going to bring it on top of our surface here. As you can see, this is amazing. So now the next thing we are going to be doing is we need the top part, the cover. So we are going to copy our cylinder, copy and paste, Control C, Control V. We're going to copy and paste, and we are going to reduce the size of this cover. We're going to scale it along the Z-axis, SZ, and we're going to scale it along the Z-axis, along there. This is still big. This is still big. Let's bring it around there. Yep, that's nice. And we're going to move it along the Z-axis up on top as we. If you want a perfect view, you can view it on the left side, and you can view it on the left side and move it to the perfect position. So now, the top one, we are going to increase it a little. We are going to scale it a little because the cover always extends outside. We are going to scale it a little. We're going to scale it a little along the Y and the X axis. The Y and the X axis. And we are going to scale it along the Y and the X axis. And we are going to eliminate the Z axis. So we are going to click on S, Shift Z, and we are going to expand it a little. I think that's enough. We're going to expand it a little. I think that's enough. As you can see from this point here, we have created our cover. So the next thing we are going to be doing, I think we are going to be doing is create another small circle on top here. We are going to click this one here. Copy and paste. And we are going to reduce its size. We are going to reduce its size along the X and Y axis. Scale, Shift Z, and we are going to reduce it along the X and the Y axis around there. and we are going to move it along the z-axis, around I think around there. Yep. So now our cup is coming out. Then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to reduce the face of this cylinder, the biggest cylinder here at the bottom. So what we are going to do, we are going to go in the object mode tab, and we are going to select the face option, and we're going to select the down face, and we are going to scale it along the y and the x axis. S, Control Z, and we are reducing along the y and the x axis. I think that's perfect there. And as you can see, our cup has come out. Then we are going to go back to the object mode, and you can see that our cup has really come out. Now the last thing we're going to do, of course, we are going to introduce our straw, and we are going to use what we call a cylinder to create this straw. Shift A, and we are going to select a cylinder, and this cylinder we're going to move it up along the Z axis, G, Z, around there. Yep, we're going to move it around there, and we are going to reduce its size along the X and the Y axis, not the Z axis. So we are going to scale it along the X and the Y axis. So we are going to click on S, Shift Z, and we are going to scale it along the X and the Y axis. So depends on the straw, that how long your straw should be. And we're going to scale it along the Z axis, S and Z, and we're going to increase maybe the height. Yep. So now here we are going to rotate it along the X axis. We're going to rotate it along the X axis, R, X, and we're going to flip it a little bit like that. Along that. Okay. There, then we are going to push it. Let's use the move tool, and we're going to use the move tool, which will help us put it inside our cup. And there we have created our McDonald's like look-alike cup. So I think what's remaining right now is texturing, which I haven't learned yet, but I'll soon be learning it, and we shall texture it and put the labels and put whatever we want, and the lighting and so forth, and we can print out, or we can output our picture. So right now, I think we have created our cup. It has come out. This is amazing, and I hope you have been also following and practicing, because everything is possible. I always tell people everything is possible as long as you put your heart and time to it. So you can even come to our straw, and we put in this hole that is always required for you to pull out the juice. So we go back to our mode here, edit mode, select this face here, and click X, and we delete the face and go back to our gund. So we have created our straw. We should have removed it and yep. So we have created our cup. All right. See you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, as we continue our journey of learning Blender to becoming professionals. All right. Bye.